and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today we're going to be making the fourth project from the Gina's Picks December 2021 selection of products from Eureka Crystal Beads. To find out how much you need and what you need, I'll leave the links and the full list of materials right down below the video so you can be taken directly to those. But as you can see here, we're going to be using some of the 2-hole MobyDuo beads in the pink and then the cream color. We're going to be using some 4mm round drucks or pearls, some 11/0 and 15/0 seed beads, and some of the 2-hole Roseta Cabochon beads. Now, this is one of those projects where we are going to be making components separately that we will then string together. So we're going to make 5 of these little Rosetta flowers. I'll show you how to make one of them first, and then you'll just back up the video and make 4 more, and then we'll put this all together to form a necklace. But of course, you can also use these components in anything else you want. You can make yourself a bracelet, a ring, or even just use one as a single pendant. For each of the Rosetta components, plan to use about 2 feet of beading thread on a beading needle. Size 10, 11, or 12 will work just fine. And I'll be using some 6-pound Fireline as my beading thread as usual. So with all that out of the way, you can go ahead and gather up your materials and thread your beading needle, and we will jump into this tutorial. To begin, you can pick up one of your Roseta Cabochon beads and go up through the hole that is located on the right-hand side. Leave yourself a short tail thread, something that you can weave back in later, and then pick up 3 of your 11/0 seed beads. And now return down through the hole that is on the left. Now you can pick up another 3 11/0s, go back up through the hole that's on the right, and you're also going to go through those next 3 seed beads that we just added. Pull. So you should have something that looks like this. You have 3 seed beads on either side. Coming out of the seed beads, now I'm going to pick up 7 11/0s. And then I'm going to sew through the next 3 seed beads that we get to. So we have seed beads all around that side. And now we're going to pick up 7 more 11/0s. And we're going to sew through all of these 11/0 seed beads. So just keep going through all of the seed beads until you get just slightly past where you started. And I'm going to keep going through a few more and go just past the one that's connected there at the top, but it really doesn't matter. Just go through them to bring those seed beads together just a bit more like that. And then we're going to start picking up our MobyDuos. So to make a component with the cream MobyDuos on the top, that's what we're going to pick up first. And with the flat edge facing down, go through the hole that's on the left. Pull that towards your work, and then go down the other hole of the MobyDuo. Now, if you look at your seed beads, you can see we have our thread that's coming out just before this one. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then go through the 4th. So skip 3 seed beads and then go through the 4th one. And pull that MobyDuo tight to your work, and repeat that step 4 more times to add all of your cream colored MobyDuos. So again, the flat side down, go through the left hand hole of the bead, pull towards your seed beads, go through the other hole of the MobyDuo, and then look at your seed beads, and from the one with the thread coming out right before it, count 1, 2, 3, and then go through the 4th. And again, pull nice and tight after adding each one so they are pulled tight towards your work. All right, so this is what we have. All of our cream colored MobyDuos are now attached to the seed beads and they're surrounding the entire thing. And we're going to continue on by going through the next 3 seed beads. And then we're going to pick up 3 15-ohs. Skip the next 11-oh and go through the next 3 seed beads. And repeat that 4 more times. Pick up 3 15-ohs, skip the next 11-oh, and then go through the next 3 seed beads. We're creating those little points. All right, now what you have is this little flower-like shape that's starting to come together, but we're going to layer it just a little bit more. These little flower designs have a little bit more dimension to them when we add another layer of what look to be the pink petals. So to continue on, you're going to go down through your MobyDuo right where you had stopped coming out of those 3 11-ohs. I'm going through the right-hand side of one of the MobyDuos. Then with the next color, flat side down once again, I'm going through the left-hand hole. I'm going to pull that towards our work. And then I'm going to swing back through and go through the right-hand hole of the MobyDuo. Then I'm going to go up through the left-hand hole of the cream-colored MobyDuo. And I'm going to go through the 3 11-ohs that are at the top of that one. That's going to get us to the right-hand side of that same cream MobyDuo. So we'll go through that. And we're going to repeat what we just did 4 more times. So MobyDuo flat side down, go through the left-hand hole, pull it towards your work, return through the right-hand side of that new MobyDuo, and then go up the left-hand side of that cream-colored MobyDuo that you get to next. So the pink MobyDuos are staggered in between the cream ones. Now we'll go through the next 3 11-ohs that are at the top of the cream MobyDuo and exit from the right-hand hole to pick up our next one. All right, so make sure you've pulled each of those nice and tight towards your work. This should all be pretty compact. And we have one more little step to go on this just to add some more texture. I'm going to go down through the right-hand side of that cream-colored MobyDuo. And I'm going to pick up 5 15-ohs. And then head up through the left-hand side of that same cream-colored MobyDuo. So we're just adding in some extra ruffly layers of 15-ohs. Then you can go underneath that picot of the pink 15-0s and just go down through the right-hand side of the next cream-colored MobyDuo and make sure your thread just goes right underneath those 15-0s, not on top of it or in between it as you pull. And then pick up 5 more 15-0s. Head up through the left-hand hole of the cream MobyDuo. Go underneath the 15-0s to get to the next MobyDuo and just keep repeating that and make sure your thread doesn't get hung up on top as you pull. All right, so that is our component. You're gonna make a total of 5 of these to make the same necklace that I showed in the beginning of the video. What you need to do now is just weave in and knot and trim off these excess threads, your tail thread and the working thread. So I'll just be going through a few more beads and making a couple of simple half-hitch knots, hiding those along the way. And once you have made a total of 5 of your components, we will meet back and I'll show you how I put all of these together. So go ahead and back up the video if you need to in order to make your additional ones, and I will see you in just a few moments. To put these components together, we're going to be utilizing the sections with the 5 15-0s on the sides. That's where we're going to be connecting these to some beads that will go in between each component. And what you want to do is weave in a thread into one of these components and come out of the middle or the third 15-0 in one of those groups. And as you can see, I've already started putting these together, but I'm coming out of the third 15-0 right there, so make sure you weave in your thread, do a couple of half-hitch knots so it's secure, and come out of that seed bead. And then what you're going to want to do is take out your 4mm round beads, and you're going to want to grab a few more of your Roseta Cabochons. And we're going to start by picking up 1 4mm. Then I'm going to go through the left-hand hole of the cabochon bead. Then we can pick up another 4mm. And then you're going to grab your next Roseta component and you're going to sew down through the third 15-0 on one of the sides. So you'll grab that and start to join these together. Then pick up another 4mm and go through the open hole of the cabochon bead. Pick up another 4mm and then go through the 15-0 that's on the corner where you started and pull. So now these are brought together, but we're going to add a little bit more detail with some of the 15-0s. So continue on through the next 4mm bead. And now pick up 5 15-0s. And then sew through the next 4mm bead, skipping over the cabochon. Sew through the 15-0 there in between the 2 rounds. Sew down through the next round bead. Pick up 5 more 15-0s. And sew through the next round bead. Now sew through the 15-0. And we're going to go around one more time. So let's go through the round and then go through the first 2 15-0s. This time pick up 3 15-0s. Skip the next 15-0 there in the center and go down through the next 2 15-0s and the next round bead. So we're just adding a little bit of a peak right there. Then go through the next 15-0, the next round bead, and the next two 15-0s. And do what you did on the other side and pick up 3 15-0s. Skip the middle 15-0 and go through the remaining 2, as well as the next round. And then go up through the 15-0. Go through the next round. And then head straight across through the cabochon bead, through the next round bead, and you're going to sew through your next component to be coming out of the corner of this group of 5 seed beads. So let's continue following our thread path. I'm going to go through this 15-0 right here in the corner. Sew up through these 15-0s and come up through a MobyDuo. Just whatever's easiest for you to get to that section. And I'm almost there. I'm going to go down through this MobyDuo and finally come up out of that third seed bead. So I'm positioned again, ready to add the final component, and you'll do just like you did before to keep adding on to this piece. So just back up the video and proceed on with the next steps where we added in this segment until you have all of these connected, and then we'll meet back. And welcome back. Once you have everything connected, you're at the point where you can add this to your chain. And I've brought over the chain that I shared in the Gina's Picks video. This is a really interesting rectangular link chain. And you have several options, of course, when it comes to finishing this necklace, and you want to do what works best for you. But what you can do is you can sew this directly to the chain. And you're also welcome to do that with wire guards, or simply just add a jump ring to this last section and attach it to your chain. But we'll go ahead and just sew this directly on, and I'm going to pick up 3 15-0s. Then I'm going to go directly through that link of chain right there. I'm going to pick up 3 more 15-0s. Head through that corner 15-0 again, so we're making a little loop. And then we're just going to sew around this again, like 2 more times to reinforce it. And then continue sewing back into your Roseta beaded component, and go ahead and make several half-hitch knots and weave your thread back in. But that is just another way that you can attach your chain to this piece. You can do the same thing you did on this side as you do on the other side, and of course add your clasp of choice, make the chain as long as you want, and finish off your piece accordingly. Once all that's done, we can meet back and admire our work. So here is the finished necklace now attached to the chain. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I want to give you a big thank you for being here to watch and or participate in this project, and for enjoying another round of Gina's Picks with Eureka Crystal beads. So don't forget, you can check right down below the video for the full list of materials and links and the quantities that you'll need. And of course, Eureka Crystal Beads has all of these beads and components in lots of other colors. I'd love to see this done in other colors as well. So let your imagination run wild. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you plan to make this necklace. Let me know, or anything else you'd like to say. Go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button while you're here, because I have lots more to come. And feel free to share with your other bead-loving friends. I'll be back again real soon, but until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.